Hey guys, it's Ashley from Bookish Anonymous, and this is a recap on my 2020 bookish goals to see if, in fact, I did what I was going to say in the year of 2020. Because let's face it, that year, 2020 just sucked all the way around. So let's see if I could actually finish some of those goals I've set for myself. I would like to say that I did pretty well. I'm going back and looking at what I set for myself and what I did do, but you know, you never know. So let's get into it. So I even wrote everything down, the goals that I set for myself in 2020. And they were: read different genres of books, read one thriller a month, read one book from my Kindle a month, complete series that I started, get my TBR down, and try not to buy as many books. So we're just going to start with the first one. And yeah, I would show the books that I talk about, but as you can tell, they are everywhere. There's no system really, except for, yeah, there's no system because the front ones I've read, the back ones I haven't, so it's whatever. I mean, but you know. So let's just get on with it. So for the first one, like I said, was read different genres of books, because when I first started BookTube and I first started doing my blog and I first started doing all that stuff, I mainly read YA or young adult books, and I still have tons of those, believe it or not. And as much as I like it, I felt like branching out would be a good thing for me, and I'm really glad I did, because I've found some really good books that I've really enjoyed and really loved. So what genres did I read in 2020, you guys? At least from what I've written, I read some nonfiction, I read a manga. I don't really know if it would be manga or if it's like, I think it's more of a manga. It's not a graphic novel. I don't know. It's manga / graphic novel. I think it's more of a graphic novel, so we'll go with that. I read a horror, middle grade, historical fiction, contemporary, dystopians, thrillers, sci-fi, fantasy. So yeah, I've threw in a little bit of everything in there. My phone is beeping. Okay, so I kind of picked one book from each genre, I think. So we'll go with that. For nonfiction, I read, or I actually think I listened to the audio. It was If You Ask Me by Betty White, which was adorable. It was funny. It's Betty White. It's gonna be funny. Like I said, the manga graphic novel I read was The Infernal Devices by Clockwork Angel. I know. I kind of, yeah. I have the other two I need to read. We're gonna put that down there. For horror book, I read, I don't even know where I put it. Oh, I put it back over there. I read Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. And yeah, that was, I don't know if it was really horror, but I mean, it was shelved as that at Goodreads, so that's where I'm getting at. But I mean, it was about a little boy who was talking to a paper bag and to a cloud, and just kind of weird altogether. So that's that. The middle grade I read, well, one of them was A City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which is about a girl who can see ghosts. So it was a cute little book. And the third one comes out this year, so. And then, I don't know if you'd really call it erotic. But then I read Grey, so I don't know, you guys. That's just whatever you want to call it. I'm not really sure. we're gonna pass that. The next one, is historical fiction, which again, like I said, I got it from Goodreads on their tags, so we're gonna go with it. But it was The Vanishing Half. I always put The Vanishing Deep. I don't know why I did that. But anyways, by Britt Bennett, and it won the Goodreads choice, one of the Goodreads awards, and it also, I think it was Goodreads, or no, it wasn't, not Goodreads, it was Book of the Month. It won the Book of the Month for the year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I know I've seen so many people that loved it and enjoyed it. I couldn't enjoy it. I don't know why. I mean, I loved like the sister aspect to it and everything. But other than that, I just couldn't get into it. It took me a month or so to read it, and I don't know why. I think it's just the type of book and the genre that it is that just kind of threw me off. So, but I know so many people who do like it, so don't take my word for it. And then contemporary, I read Well Met, which you cannot see, but it was by Jen DeLuca. It's about a Renaissance fair. Totally cute. Definitely read it. Dystopian with, have it in front of me. 16 or XVI by Julie Carr, an old YA dystopian. The thriller I chose, trying to mix it up with some books here, was The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Again, I honestly did not care for this book. It just, I don't know. There was a lot of different perspectives, and I mean, in the end, I wanted to see who did it, but other than that, I didn't really care. So, but that, again, is just me. And then sci-fi was, I read Dark Matter by Blake Couch, I think, which was enjoyable, different. And then fantasy, Serpent and Dove I chose. So you guys know all about that. So yeah, I will definitely say that I read different genres in 2020. So check that off. And then for the next goal was to read a thriller a month. And I will say I did very well, honestly. For me, 10 out of the 12 months I read a thriller book. And some of those months I read more than one. So I just kind of marked down what I read in what month. So in January I read The Couple, which, if I remember correctly, I did not enjoy that book. And then also Night Film, which I kind of enjoyed, was different. And then No Exit, which I really enjoyed. February I read The Lost, which I think was by Natasha Preston, which was the most fucked up book I think I've read. Like, the stuff that happened to those kids, just wow. That's all I'm gonna say. I think I did a book talk if you want to check that out. And then the other one was Don't Look Back. And then for March I read Lies You Never Told. April I read The Arrangement, which I enjoyed, except for the ending. I don't think I liked the ending. May I read Emma in the Night and Murder Trending. In June I didn't read any thrillers because June was kind of a shitty month for me. I think I read like 3 books, and in July, The Guest List and Home Before Dark, which I enjoyed Home Before Dark, and you know what I think about The Guest List because I just talked about it kinda. August I read The Wives by Taryn Fisher, The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, and I also read The Cellar by Natasha Preston. In September I read Violet Grenade and All Your Twisted Secrets, which are both young adult books, but they're more they were mystery thriller, I guess. Whatever. In October, I didn't read any. In November, I read Under My Skin and The Shadows. Didn't care for Under My Skin, and The Shadows was okay. In December, The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which was a good book. So yeah, those were my, this is a long video, guys, I'm sorry. But those were the thrillers that I read. And then when I was going back and I saw that I had, for one of my goals, to read a book from my Kindle a month, I was like, crap, because honestly, I didn't think I did it very well on that one. I thought I was gonna suck at it and only read like a couple, but I did well. I read more than half. I did 7 out of the 12 months I read a Kindle book, so that's good. I'm happy with that. I mean, hey. And so up until like June or July, I think is when it kind of went downhill for me. Yeah. So January, I read The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. February was Don't Look Back by Jennifer L. Armentrout. March was A Darker Shade of Magic by Victoria Schwab. April, I read Dumplin' by Julie Murphy, which also has a movie on Netflix if you haven't seen it. May, I read Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. In June, I didn't read any ebooks, apparently. In July, I read Secret Diamond Sisters. In August, I didn't read any. September, I read Diamonds Are Forever. And then October, November, December, I didn't read any ebooks. Yeah. So, that's the one for my ebooks. My next one was to complete some series that I've started. And guys, I just went through and picked a few series that I started last year, or that I started, that I wanted to finish. And there was like 6 of those, even though I have, as you can tell, so many series. Most of them I've only read the first book, and I just feel like a complete moron for that. So, but so just to give you a sense of how crappy I did on that one, it says complete series I've started. Out of the 6 that I named in that video, I finished 1. And that's only because it's only 3 books, and I had started the 3rd book that year, or last year, so it wasn't that hard. And that one, the series that I finished for that was the Grishaverse books. So Shadow and Bone, Ruin and Rising. Wow. I cannot remember the name of the 2nd book. You can tell that that's just, I mean, the series was okay, but it wasn't like jumping out to me or anything. So, as you can tell, because I can't even think of the name of the 2nd book. Wow. We're gonna check that out. But so yeah, that was, yeah, I finished that. That was the only one I finished. My nose itches. Where did the Bardugo? That's not what it came. Why are you giving me Siege and Storm, guys? Siege and Storm is the 2nd book. Duh. Anyways, yeah. And then the next series that I wrote on here was the Ruined series by Amy Tintero, which was Ruined. I can't even remember the name of those books. Ruined, is the first book. Wow. I know I read the first two. I read Ruined and I read Ruined and Avenged. The third book was the only one I had left, which was Allied. Didn't read it. I have it over there. Didn't read it. So hopefully this year I can. The next series was the Shatter Me series. That's 6 books, guys. I've read the first book. Didn't ever read any of the others. So maybe this year I will try to read that series and just start from the beginning, because I don't even remember what happened in the first book. It's been quite some time since I read that. The next one was the Fallen Kingdoms series by Morgan Rhodes, which, as you can tell, are all right here. Read the first book, really enjoyed it. Need to read the other 5. Didn't do that. The next series that I wrote was the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. That's got 4 books. Read the first one. I listened to the second one on audio. Those books are chunkers, and so yeah, I didn't finish. But I am listening to the third book now, so I'll finish it. And the last series that I wrote down was, you can't see it, it's back there, the Throne of Glass series, which is 6 books. I read the 4th book, Queen of Shadows, and never finished. I've had Empire of Storm on like every one of my TBRs the past 3 or 4 months. I can't get to it. I will get to it this month or next. I know I will. So there's that. And then there's reading the 6th book. And then yeah, those are all the series. This is a very long video. And then the next one is just to bring down my TBR, because this. But I did really good. Like this year, I read more books than I have any other year, and that was 105 books. So I'm really proud of myself. Like 100 books, guys. That's good for me. And then the last one was try not to buy so many books. I did really well. I want to say I did really well. Maybe not like the first month or 2, because we could still actually do anything, and we didn't know about the whole COVID and all that crap. And then from March, I'd say, until maybe August or September, I really truly didn't go anywhere but work. And then we started getting out some, and so when I went to Walmart, I bought a book here or there. And then finally in December, I went to Half Price Books for the first time in like 6 or 7 months, which is good for me. And I bought some books. And then I've bought books from Amazon. So, which I will make a video for those books, for that book haul, because I actually have quite a few books. Look, they're sitting right here. So yeah, I'll probably make a book haul for the past month or 2 that I've recently bought more books. But yeah. So those were my 2020 goals that I kind of did well on, kind of didn't. I don't know, however you want to look at it. I guess I think the series one really sucks for me, but I'm gonna try to probably do that one again. Maybe keep some of those series, or I'll try to find some others. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna go with those. So let me know what your guys' goals are for 2021, and I will see you next time. Probably for 2021 goals video. Bye guys.